Exciting day. Saved 15% on my car insurance. Also, I finally got a call from a girl I've been trying to dig out. I'm not even sure what dig out means. It sounds good. Unless she's dead, then it sounds great. Also, get to finally start throwing this Toyota together. Okay, so today I'm gonna finally start assembling the Toyota. Get it a rolling chassis, hopefully by the end of the day. If you've been keeping up, you've seen the frames all done. Been powder coating for what seems like weeks. Got pretty much everything powder coated. Engine's all cleaned up. Went through it a little bit. It's ready to sit in there. So I'll start by getting the engine mounted up, and then I'll jump to the suspension. Okay, so the engine's back in there. I don't know why, as many times as I've had this apart and in and out of there, it still wanted to flick me in the dick a little bit as far as fitting in the motor mounts. But eventually got it. I'm gonna start hanging all the accessories. I don't have gaskets for everything. I'm still waiting on them. But I'm still gonna hang them on there just to see what everything looks like. And then we'll jump to the suspension. So check it out, engine's in there, all assembled for the most part. I didn't have gaskets here for a lot of the stuff, so most of what I just hung on there is going to have to come back off. But you know, I had to see what it looked like. Yeah, so intake has to come off once I get gaskets. Header's going to have to come back off. Still waiting on injectors. So when those get here, I'll throw the fuel rail on. But you know, I had to just throw it all together, see what it looked like. And this valve cover, it's been powder coated 2 days, I think. I hit it with some parts cleaner and it kind of dulled it out. So I don't know why I did that, but that may be coming off to get redone. That's super annoying. But yeah, I'll jump to this rear suspension, knock it out first, and then get it onto the front. Again, super annoyed right now. I took this apart, put every little bolt and nut in my Al Bundy hubcap there, my filing system, and putting it back together now. I'm missing bolts and nuts and spacers for my shocks. Al Bundy's never failed me like this before. I don't know what happened to half the hardware, but we'll push on. Okay, so I was able to scavenge enough bolts and nuts and little hardware pieces laying around the shop to replace all the missing stuff. Rear suspension's all bolted up. Super annoying. I'm the only one who works in this shop. How so much stuff could disappear out of that hubcap in the 2 weeks since I put it in there. It's probably hanging out with all my 10mm sockets. But it's on there. And something I'm not showing you guys on video, but every single bolt, nut, piece, part going back on this thing, I have been sandblasting or powder coating, painting, replacing, which takes a lot of time. So no sense showing you guys that. But yeah, rear suspension's complete, all bolted up, and I'll jump to the front. Here we are, passenger side, front suspension's all together for the most part. I'm not gonna put steering on, still waiting on new tie rod ends and whatnot. But I'll jump to the driver's side. No sense you guys seen that, same as the passenger side. So I'll get that done and report back to you and we'll get this thing wrapped up. Check it out. Got a roller as promised. In spite of whichever one of you guys broke in here and stole all my bolts and nuts from that Al Bundy hubcap, just know me and Al are both looking for you. When we find you, he's going to give you the old polk eye punch. Kind of offended he broke in here and took bolts and nuts and left all my cars, but whatever. Was able to find enough stuff laying around the shop other than one castle nut. I have to pick one up, but it's got a cotter pin in it, so it's basically roadworthy. But I'm pretty excited on this thing. It's almost too nice for me. But I haven't touched the wheels yet. These will get sandblasted and powder coated. I'm debating on if I want to cut these skinny whites into some wide whites. If I do that, I'll make a little how-to video for you guys. Those white walls in the corner on them chrome smoothies, those were white letter tires that I cut myself into a wide white. May do the same on these. But for now, I'm just going to throw those on as is so I can get this thing on the ground and make it go up and down. Just gonna sit here and look at that for a minute. Would you look at that? Just look at it. I'm pretty pumped on this, guys. Got a roller as promised in the last video. Came out. I really couldn't be much more happier with it. I mean, it's far from perfect. A lot of the powder coat, especially that copper, doesn't match here and there. But I'm going to beat the hell out of this thing. It's going to get beat up regardless. So for what I built it for, I'm super pumped. So there it is. Next up, I'll be obviously back on the body. This floor is all pretty much done. I just got to seam seal a few things. And I'll be hitting that with some color match bed liner. Color match being this blue is what I have in mind right now, but that may change. I may do a tan or a brown. But that'll be hopefully here next week sometime. My plan is I want to get this body back on, even if this is not fully buttoned up. I just want to get the body on so I can get the whole thing pushed back in its corner over there. And that'll be the last video on this for a little while. I have that 63 Impala two-door outside that I bought for my dad, and I really want to get that in here, start working on it. I'll be building a small block for it. Needs all new floor pans, have everything to bag it, so that'll kind of be the next video series. But that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm getting super close to 500 subscribers. I imagine by the next video I'll be over that. So thanks everybody who subscribed. If you haven't yet, it'd be awesome if you would. I'd appreciate it. And I'm out.